Well, welcome back to the second lecture on the Inwardbound course on psychedelic psychotherapy. My name is Martin Duffy here at Dunderry Park. Looking forward to sharing more information with you. On this talk, we'll be looking at more inner work, different methods and means like working with dreams, past life regression, shamanism, and the cosmic game, just to give a sense of the process involved in doing this kind of work and the importance of inner work. So why is inner work important? Because, as we heard in the first lecture, much of what's happening in our everyday lives is occurring unconsciously as we act it out in the everyday process. So with inner work, we have a chance to drop into the collective unconscious using non-ordinary states of consciousness, boom, back into the ancestral realms through the work with epigenetics. The hero's journey, the great work of Joseph Campbell shown in his book, The Hero with a Thousand Faces, that we have different mythologies that we're acting out unconsciously as well. And we look at the methods for inner work, dream work, active imagination, imagery and visualization, shamanic counseling, past life therapy, and holiotropic breathwork we've mentioned already. So we'll start with looking at the idea of consciousness does not just passively reflect the objective material world. It plays an active role in creating reality itself. This is what Stan Grof talks about, so that, consciousness has generally been seen as something that's outside of our own remit, something that we're a part of, or something that doesn't affect us, where in fact, quantum physics and transpersonal psychology is now stating or showing that consciousness is itself. We are embedded in a state of being that's manifesting in many different forms, many different shapes. The Hindus have this sense that in the beginning there was this great unitive consciousness that for some reason or other decided to evolve into matter and become you, me, the world, everything and in general, and that in some sense that consciousness is moving back towards itself through all of us again. So the involution is now the evolution. So when we talk about inner work then, we're talking about this conscious engagement with the soul, with the soul's matrix, with the soul's destiny, with what's going on within each one of us, so that we can play an active part in evolving consciousness, not only for ourselves, but each time we evolve, we add our collective knowledge, information and healing to the collective consciousness of humanity and beyond, I would imagine. So it's a process that involves everything we are, everything we do, and everything we do. So our culture, in many ways, is kind of acts against that in some sense, because it's almost like divine creative spark or principle decided to lose itself in dense matter, in this dense three-dimensional reality, in order to have the joy and ecstasy of reconnecting with itself. So there's a lot of pitfalls involved in this work and in this inner journey back to our source. And there's lots of hurdles and games that we have to overcome. I often liken it to a game of snakes and ladders. We climb up the ladder, we make success by doing some personal therapy or inner exploration, and then we act out our addictions again, or we act out our own complexes and patterns. We slip down the snake, and it's up and down in our everyday lives. And this may be even the case over lifetimes. So in one lifetime, we deal with some karmic episode or issue within us, some samskara, and then in another lifetime, we activate another one. So how long does this process take? We don't know. But we do know that time doesn't exist outside a particular dimension, and time and space is a construct of our own psyche, our own conditioning within this realm. And many great shamans and visionaries will say that at certain levels of consciousness, there is no such thing as duality, and that we're transcending towards that space.